Peterson definitely, I feel, has the message to carry across the country.
The powers of government are limited. There are no state rights. Only people have rights. States have powers. Those powers are strictly limited and enumerated, but our rights are expansive.
Austin, I have to tell you, you're making my heart skip a little bit. I mean, you're giving me a little hope.
Take it easy. Don't act so crazy. We might take your guns, Governor. Who do you think should be restricted in terms of owning guns?
I don't.
Who do you think is mentally unstable?
Somebody that is mentally unstable.
And how would you determine that?
I find
what
it
role does the federal government
I
have to
find
play?
it. Are you listening?
As libertarians believe in civil liberties. We believe in constitutional foreign policy. We believe in economic freedom. We believe in religious liberty. We believe in an idea that you own your life, you own your body. You ought to be able to do with it as you please, provided you harm no one else.
It is an individual right to bear arms. We, the people, are the militia, and we should have every right to defend ourselves. I would overturn the National Firearms Act so fast your head would spin, because nobody should be forced to pay $200 to put a suppressor on the end of their AR-15. I built my first one last year, and I use it frequently for hunting. But the Second Amendment was not for hunting. The Second Amendment was to shoot at tyrants if the government becomes tyrannical. You're running for commander-in-chief, and you should understand the law. Now, when it comes to discrimination, yes, you should be free to discriminate, but that does not mean that we promote hatred. My question to you is, Governor, do you think that priests should be forced to marry gay couples?
Do you think that the Libertarian Party should take up the banner of supporting
Answer the question, Governor.
Limited government, fiscal conservatism all across the board. It's the Calvin Coolidge style of governance that I'm talking about here. Maybe Grover, a little bit of Grover Cleveland in there. But I really am not a big fan of the Federal Reserve.
You have a very bright future in front of you.
Good morning, Freedom Family. It's Friday. I'm going to do a little 2016 nostalgia today.
Wow. Some people, they watch, pretty women on the screen to get all hot and sexy. Me, I watch videos like this of my husband.
Welcome, everyone. It's Freedom Family Friday, and this is the only show on the internet where we love our countries, we love our families, and we still believe common sense is not a hate crime. Now, listen, we've got a massive show today because something is happening across America, Stephanie. People are trying to time travel.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I've been seeing it all over Instagram where they're like, 2016 is the new 2026. And I'm just like,
yes,
what?
Millions of people are now suddenly obsessed with 2016, right? They're putting a 2016 filter on everything.
Oh, a filter? What did our 2016 pictures look like?
They look like we were trying to look like we were from the 1970s.
Oh my gosh.
So they're blasting chain smokers like it is a national emergency. They're acting like Pokemon Go was the peak of civilization. And I get it, because I think 2016 was the last year that the internet still felt human, right?
Yes. Are we going to start talking about our 2016, or are we going to
in just a moment?
wait
yeah.
up? Okay,
yeah,
cool. I won't talk
I'm
about mine
setting it
yet.
all up, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Because today the internet kind of feels like you're trapped in a haunted mall with rage bait, bots, scammers, AI slop everywhere you look. And
yes.
So we're going to kind of explain why the nostalgia wave is hitting us millennials pretty hard, right? And today, two of the biggest cultural debates happening right now involve things that families instinctively understand, but social media completely loses its mind over. One, Jennifer Lawrence, she rehomed a dog after it bit her kid, and the internet had a full-blown moral breakdown. So the dog people came out like, how dare you protect your child? And we're gonna talk about why modern society has dogs on a pedestal and kids on probation. So, and then two, surveillance parenting, tracking apps, AirTags, kids' smartwatches, constant monitoring. Are we protecting our children, or are we raising future citizens who think surveillance is normal? And speaking of family, I want to tell you right now, Justin Peterson is joining us today at 8 a.m. Central. But we're sick.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I've been sick all week.
We're all sick. More on that later. But he's going to be behind the paywall today. So Here's the deal. You're going to need that little castle next to your name, okay? You know what I'm talking about. So here's what I'm asking. If you're watching right now, gift subs, right? Just so that other people can see Justin. Because the truth is, the more people see Justin, the more people learn history, the more people, are watching the show, right? The more America will survive another decade. That's just science, right?
Yes.
Got to go back in time.
We need to be able to afford tissues.
Yeah, and one more thing.
I'm on the toilet paper roll because I've ran out of tissues.
Yes. Good morning, Leslie Frebra. So we're a sick household right now. All right. We're fighting through it. So tonight, no Freedom Arcade. So no Freedom Arcade while we recover. We'll be back. We just don't want to cough on the joystick and end the Republic. All right. So let's do this. Okay. But first, quick timeout. I got to tell you about something we're doing that is generally going to be one of the coolest experiences we've ever done as a community. Peterson's Patriots, Boston 250th anniversary tour.
I've been very excited about this.
If you love America, you will be there. So this is not some lame tourist trap where you take selfies and eat overpriced chowder. This is you walking through revolutionary Boston with us, standing where the Patriots stood, seeing where the sparks of liberty turned into the fire that built this country. So Justin is going to guide us through the Freedom Trail. We're going to go to the old State House, the Boston Massacre site, Granary Burying Ground, and yes, the Boston Tea Party ships and museums.
I mean, I'd say that's pretty much everything.
Yes. Jimmy Joe Patty says, my 1776 went through yesterday. Does that come with a sub? No, unfortunately. And it's only because Rumble has their own architecture and platform that we can't control. And the 1776ers, that is the Peterson's Patriots crew. That is the most important sub that you can make because it keeps us cancel proof. If for some reason Rumble decided they didn't like us, say I said something mean about Dan Bongino or something, then they wouldn't let me be here on Rumble or make money here, or they would just suppress me for whatever reason. I'm not saying that they would do that. They say they would never do that. We love them. Rumble's been good to us. But being a Peterson's Patriot is a way to ensure that Austin and Stephanie can never be shut up. They can never shut us down. So the problem, of course, is that Rumble's architecture is set up so that you can't just like turn on a sub for somebody. So what we do is let's unlock the bonus content and gift subs to each other so that way we can see the bonus content as well. So we're going to go to Boston. You're going to be able to relive what it feels like to throw government property into the ocean like a responsible American.
I'm just really looking forward to this. I've been like bothering you guys for months and months. I'm like, let's do the Boston trip.
Let's do the Boston trip. And now we've got it. It's all scheduled. It's ready to rock. But we need to sell 6 more tickets for it to go down. So we've got a Sunset Harbor cruise that's going to happen. Nothing says freedom like looking at the skyline and thinking, I live in a country where we once threw tea into the water over taxes, and now people volunteer for it. So listen, kids under 18 are free, right? And we've got a group discount. So if you buy more than one ticket, we've got use the code Boston25 to save 25%.
And you can also use, if you are a sub, like Jimmy Joe Patty, you can get 20% off even if you buy one ticket.
Right. So if you're just a lone Peterson Patriot and you want to come with us, you get to use your 20% discount code. So, and if you're coming, guys, don't wait. Procrastination is not a founding father virtue. Grab your tickets at forlibertyshop.com. Let's go celebrate America properly.
Yeah, and the discount runs out, the 25% off runs out on January 23rd.
Andy just gifted a bunch of subs. So there you go. Now, if you've got the castle next to your name, then you're going to be able to see Justin today. So David Baumblad just joined us. He's a military veteran and former FBI agent, currently on the terrorist watch list. Holy shit.
What?
He says, I'm not welcome to return to the USA. I've been censored in the media if you, and he's trying to complete his sentence there. David, tell us your story, bro. We will love to hear it. So you can text the show, by the way, David.
Oh, my goodness.
573-319-1586. We're all domestic terrorists here, sadly.
Oh, boy.
Just because we believe taxation is theft.
Yeah, he's a very mysterious, scary character.
Yeah, well, David, introduce yourself around, brother. Okay, so let's talk about this viral 2016 trend because it's not just a meme. It's kind of a cultural signal flare is what I would call it. So millions of people are using a TikTok filter that makes everything look like it's 2016. Purple blue haze, early Instagram vibes, low stakes cringe. And everybody's posting about Pokemon Go, Stranger Things Season 1.
I never did any of those.
Beyonce's Lemonade.
I don't know that.
Wearing chokers.
Oh, that was 1990s and early 2000s, wasn't it?
Yeah, but they were repeating that trend from before, right?
Oh my gosh.
Just like I'm wearing a 1980s nostalgia shirt,
So in 2016, we were talking about the early 2000s.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody is talking about what it was like in 2016.
To miss the year 2016. But why? Political tensions were at an all-time high. You had the passing of Muhammad Ali and Harambe. Many Samsung devices were catching on fire, and the list goes on. Yet when I think back to 2016, I remember a time of pure happiness. The days when the YouTube UI was still incredibly simple, when Technoblade was still posting daily high-pixel videos, and when I truly felt I had no responsibilities in life. And I know I'm not the only person that thinks this way, as there's countless people on the internet that agree with what I'm saying. In one Reddit post titled, "What was so great about 2016?" one Reddit user replied, "There's definitely a weird phenomenon around 2016. It's like everyone remembers that year specifically being so great, but not because something actually occurred. I think it was just a good year for most people. But as I feel like we all know, there has to be a reason as to why we all feel so much nostalgia towards this one year. And I think I have the answer." There is no question that the music in 2016 was insane compared to any other year recently,
Really?
especially for both rap and pop. On the rap side, you had rappers like Lil Yachty, Kodak Black, 21 Savage.
Lil Yachty, Kodak Black.
I don't
I'm
even know
really,
these
really
people.
nostalgic. Yeah.
Maybe this is like nostalgia for the young people. I don't know.
Well, yeah. So I'm a geriatric millennial.
And apparently I'm too old, even though I'm younger than you.
Yeah.
I don't know most of these things.
Yeah. Well, I'm 44, about to turn 45, so I'm like the oldest that you can be and still be considered a millennial. Now, one of the things they did talk about was how much better gaming was in 2016. I'll kind of give them that. Battlefield 1 did come out that year, which I think is one of the greatest games of all time. A World War I shooter, which, to me, like, I have strong nostalgia. PewDiePie, people are talking about how PewDiePie was like king of the internet back then.
Right, now it's Mr. Beast.
Now it's Mr. Beast, right?
PewDiePie, is he even in existence anymore?
PewDiePie? Yes.
PewDiePie, whatever his name is.
PDP, PvP, POV.
Yeah, because I thought
What are
he
you
got.
doing, step bro?
Didn't he get canceled or something for a while?
No.
Oh, no.
They tried to, but he kind of canceled himself. He essentially like became a multimillionaire. He was the #1 YouTuber, and then as soon as he started to slip, he's like, you know what? I'm out. I'm retiring.
That's
and then
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
People are talking about the colors that we used in our filters in 2016.
Gosh, I need to go back to 2016 on my
Take a
feed
look,
here.
yeah.
When joy was everywhere.
Moana.
Oh, the sun kind of filters.
Yes, the sunny filters.
Making it look all like
Marshmallow.
pretty. Oh, I went to a Marshmallow concert.
Was it in 2016?
Not sure. That's why I'm going on my Facebook right now to see what happened in 2016. Gosh, how do we go back to like a year, a certain year on our Facebook?
The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. No, I don't want to waste what's left.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think that this is just like the first wave of nostalgia for a lot of these young people. So, I'm old enough now to have experienced nostalgia for, the 80s. So for them, this is their first time experiencing a sense of nostalgia, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Things have just gotten so bad that they're like, stop.
Yes. Well, here's the thing. There's a point. When I open up the internet, I'll do a Google search sometimes. I try not to, but I do a Google search. And when I do, a lot of it is fake AI crap. Like, I'll see the first 3 videos will be AI. Now, I scroll through Reels just trying to watch some content. And last night I saw a guy who was wearing wings and he jumped off the side of a building and then like crashed into rocks. And it looked pretty real. And then I thought about it the first thing. I'm like, There's no way that I'm just watching a guy like commit suicide on Instagram.
Oh, right. You would think that would be blocked.
And now I have to go check the comments, and of course it's just fake.
Oh my
right.
gosh.
And for a second, I was fooled. And then think about this. I saw a video the other day. It showed an Indian man, and he was demonstrating his new AI video technology where he had an avatar, and it looked so real.
I think Brian Piotr was also talking about this on his Liberty Tonight show.
Did Brian share that?
It was so it was this guy. Tell me if this is the same thing. It was this guy, and it was his face, and then he had all these different other people's faces that would go along with all of his movements.
Oh yes. Now here's an example of it.
That's
actually.
it right there. That's what he showed on his show.
This isn't the one that I was thinking of, but this is definitely the one.
Yep.
So look at this. Look at this. I mean, it's so real. It's so real.
Yeah.
Bro, here's the thing. The boomers, they're cooked. They're never gonna be able to tell. The boomers they're in trouble. Imagine this. Imagine this. You call a boomer. Okay, you do a video call with you spoof like you're someone else. You look exactly like me, and you call your dad or whatever, and you're asking him for money or whatever.
Yes.
Turn over your credit card. I got to sign you up for this. Blah blah blah. I mean, how would they ever know? How could they ever tell?
I mean, we could barely even tell. I'm sure. I'm sure the voice would be off.
Mm-hmm.
You would think so. It would at least sound a little weird. But
they can
older
copy that
people,
too.
like my mom just recently, she was like, "Oh, this girl accidentally texted me, and we had a 20-minute conversation together, and then she wanted me to friend her on WhatsApp." I'm like, "Mom, that's a fake person. Was she speaking in broken English?" It's like they don't even put two and two together that somebody could be messing with them. Apparently nobody messed with each other back in like the 1970s and 80s.
It wasn't the same. They had like phone scams. You would call someone on the phone and just try and scam them the old fashioned way.
Yeah. Or you'd be like, "Is your refrigerator running? Go catch it." Those kinds of jokes.
Yeah. But the boomers are going to be, they're in big trouble.
Oh my gosh. So looking back at 2016, that was the first time that I discovered you. Mm-hmm. So that was a very enlightening time for me. Mm-hmm. However, it was also the year that my dog died, Duke. So that was a very low time for me. Mm-hmm. So it's like there were like good and bad things. I'm also looking up, I volunteered at a farm, Mayberry Farm in Michigan. And then I also went up to the Upper Peninsula in Michigan for the very first time in 2016. So I guess it was a year of exploration. Very much.
Yeah. It was the year I ran for president of the United States. Mm-hmm. So in many ways, it was a good year, but it was also a year that I really started to become disillusioned about libertarians in the United States because
the president has no constitutional authority to regulate drugs. That being said, at the state level, I would support some legislation that would stop children from being allowed to purchase drugs and prosecute anyone who would put a child in danger. Because I do believe that children do need some protection. Yes, you should not be able to sell heroin to a 5-year-old.
Boo. Whoever was booing in that audience.
That's what they really believe.
I wish I could find out who those people are.
No,
they're probably online today who are like pro-Palestine.
Yeah. They're probably like, like trying to find some reason why, they're probably calling Trump a neocon and saying that, the terrorists are our friends. We should, it's a sad thing.
I want to see those people
affairs.
Try to give heroin to a 5-year-old.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
It's like, really? You really would do that?
They're just degenerates. And it's a sad state of affairs. And that's why we're taking the liberty movement in a new direction. Libertarian nationalism.
You know what would be a funny show? Funny, not funny. So you know how we have what's his name? Chris Hansen, and he finds pedophiles, right? So there needs to be like a trap where there's a 5-year-old and they're luring in libertarians to bring the 5-year-old heroin.
Yes.
And then when the libertarian comes to the house, Chris Hansen comes out and he's like, Hello.
Okay, you could literally
I'm
make
Chris
that
Hansen.
with AI. You could do that.
Yes. Yes. And then the libertarian guy's like, oh, hey, man, I'm just here to, just have some fun. I brought some candy. Oh, do you have heroin in your bag, sir? That would be funny.
Good morning, Pineapples. I'm Austin Peterson. It's Freedom Family Friday. Welcome to the Wake Up America show. We're glad and thankful to have you here. Yeah, so here's what they say. This is what the worst days in 2016 look like. So this is 2016 nostalgia. Marvel Civil War. Didn't watch it.
Didn't watch it.
The blue dress. Was the dress blue or was it gold and white?
That was so weird. It was like based on what? It was something about the filter that the picture had that you saw different colors?
No, it wasn't that. It was something about its composition that when you saw the blue, was it blue and black or was it white and gold? What color does it look like to you? Can you see?
Well, it looks like it has a really weird filter. So it looks like it's whitish blue mixed with goldish black.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, because to me, it looks like black and it looks blue. But every once in a while, if I stare at the dress, if I stare at it in a certain way, and it's kind of like those old pictures that you would look at in the mall, how you would start to see the thing inside the picture.
It just looks like a terrible filter.
Yeah.
Like a hologram kind of thing?
Not a hologram per se, but it was the magic.
It's like illusions where when you're looking at it, you might see a bunny or a snake, right? And if you see one or the other, it means you're like weird.
Yeah, and then Harambe, of course.
Save Harambe.
Yep, Harambe died.
Somebody
that
made
year.
a lot of money from that.
Somebody made a lot of money for that. And then the magic eye. Yes, thank you, Drew.
The magic eye. What is that?
That's what the pictures were called. The magic eye.
What's a magic eye?
If you stare at the picture, remember in the malls in the 90s?
Yeah.
Yes.
I call it illusion.
Yes. And the fidget spinners were a big deal in
never
2016.
had one.
I remember fidget spinners were such a big deal that you would I would read Breitbart.com back in the day. And the fidget spinners, they were selling like Steve Bannon fidget spinners or something like that.
Yeah, I mean,
Everybody
they're
was
very
using
popular in the ADHD community. And that's probably when like you saw the rise of ADHD where everybody's like, oh, hi, I have ADHD. I use a fidget spinner. So I don't know. I see fidget spinners as like our downfall in society.
There's still like fidget devices people use.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. They're still very popular. And again, I love mental health toys, like fidget rings, all the little like poppet things all the kids have. They have these like little poppet silicone things. Even Hazel has one.
Yeah, you want to talk about nostalgia? Here's my nostalgia.
This was 2016?
No.
Oh, okay.
If you stare at this poster for a few seconds, a hidden picture appears.
Can we do it, please? Please?
All right, go ahead. But hurry, the Easter Bunny's waiting.
Wow, it's a schooner.
You dumb bastard. It's not a schooner, it's a sailboat.
A schooner is a sailboat, stupid head.
You know what? There is no Easter Bunny! Over there, that's just a guy in a suit!
Oh, that's funny.
Mall rats. Welcome to the Wake Up America show, guys. Don't forget to click that like button. And if today's your first time watching the Wake Up America show, click the follow button as well. No, that was like 1994 stuff.
Right. Talk about nostalgia, right?
Yes. 2016.
Now, did you
lore.
ever play Pokemon Go?
For like 5 minutes.
So is that where you like go out in a park and then you like go find Pokemon?
Yeah, in theory. Yeah. It's just, I really hate the games where it's like, it's not really designed to be entertaining. It's just designed to live forever. It's just designed to go on forever. It's not really supposed to be something that you necessarily enjoy or can get into because it's like compelling.
Yeah.
It's just, here's your favorite characters, slap it into a system that's meant to like take up out thousands of hours of your life. and so I never got into it. I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. I'm a nerd, but I'm just not that kind of nerd. There's certain things I'm nerdy about. Yesterday we sit down, I'm watching how the French finally defeated the English longbow archers, and the old man is sitting there in his chainmail and he's going through showing the battle of Pate, right?
Yeah.
From like
using his little characters.
Yeah. So like that's the kind of nerd that I am. I'm not the kind of nerd to sit there and like play Pokemon Go on my phone and go to a park so I can catch some kind of little gay ass, pocket
People
monster.
still play it.
No offense.
Yeah.
Everybody has their stuff. I don't like football
I've never
either.
played it ever in my life.
No. I did for like 5 seconds, but I'm like, this is a waste of my time. But 2016, it had its ups, it had its downs. Woke was really starting to come into its
Woke.
so we used to call it social justice warriors.
Oh, SJWs.
Remember
And we used to say
SJWs?
snowflakes.
And yes, snowflakes. You still sometimes will call people liberal snowflakes.
I
but-
loved how Dave Smith was actually like smiling at what you were saying.
Yes, Drew Van Rock.
Back then, Dave Smith was actually
Dave Smith liked
a
us.
friend.
Yeah, Dave Smith and I used to be friends.
Yeah.
Dave Smith was
Things
cool.
have changed a bit. It's so sad. He's become
Yeah.
anti-Semitic to himself.
No, Dave's just brainwashed.
Yeah.
He got into like a cult essentially, and then when you become a cult leader, there's a lot of money. And what's that joke from Creed Bratton from The Office? He's like, you have more fun as a follower, but there's a lot more money as a leader.
Sure. Absolutely.
Drew says, hitting my nostalgia notes, let's discuss what goes on in the back of a Volkswagen. I don't know. What do you do in the back of a Volkswagen?
What? Was that in 2016?
Kill Juice?
Oh, gosh. Well, my family actually did have a Volkswagen. So I know that's a no-no in the Jewish religion.
Yep, 2016. There's a lot of nostalgia for me for 2016.
Oh, I know.
Of government are limited. There are no state rights. Only people have rights. States have powers. Those powers are strictly limited and enumerated, but our rights are expansive. The Ninth Amendment means that if anything is not expressly forbidden, that means that it is permitted. The progressives have turned this on its head, but as President of the United States, I will respect the Ninth Amendment and we will have liberty in America again.
Wow. Oh, hey, there's McAfee.
There's Gary Johnson's stupid face. I miss John McAfee, man.
Oh, my gosh. We met somebody recently who went skiing with Gary Johnson.
That's true. Oh, well, yeah.
You were talking to a liberal guy.
Yeah, it was that libtard that we met.
Yeah.
Him and his,
Yeah.
You know what? She's chopped. He had a chopped wife.
Oh, yeah.
So she was literally chopped. She had like the Skeletor face and everything going on.
Lots
and
of
stuff like
plastic
that.
surgery.
Lib turds.
So Gary Johnson likes lib turds, basically.
Oh yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
They love lib turds. They are lib turds. The 2016 was the last normal year. It was the end of the Libertarian Party's dash at relevance, but there was a rise of something new. It thank God for Javier Milei, man. Libertarians, we would be in deep if it weren't for Javier
Came
Milei.
around. I mean, I hadn't even heard of Javier Milei. I wonder, when he actually started coming around and becoming a household name.
He was becoming big in Argentina because he was doing all of these appearances. So for the last 10 years, Javier was building up the Libertad Avanza party. And actually, at the time, probably around 2016, Javier was following the 2016 presidential race, from what I've heard, right? So he might have known me then. And at that time, he was still an economist, just doing lectures and then doing television and things, but building up his base. And eventually his Libertad, he became a member of the parliament at the time and then worked his way up to become president of Argentina. So thankfully, Javier Milei came along, because as the libertarian movement in the United States kind of crashed out, we've had Javier to step up and to show us the way, to show us, how to win, that we can win with these ideas.
He's like the new Ron Paul.
Kind of, but, wins. You know what I mean? Not to be cruel to our old friend Ron, but shows us how to win.
Yeah, when you ran for president in 2016, that was like my second awakening. My first awakening was when Ron Paul was running in 2012. I was too young in 2008 to really appreciate him. But yeah, 2016, that's when the magic inside of me really came alive.
Wow, the magic inside of you that came alive. We'll talk-
I was just so energized by you. I mean, I did vote for Gary Johnson in the 2016 election because I actually have a post on Facebook. I'd have to grab it again. I shared it at our wedding. It was the first time I mentioned you ever on my feed. And it was like, oh, I just watched the John Stossel debate. Of course, I'm supporting Gary Johnson, but Austin Peterson seems really good.
She really wanted that.
Yeah, and then I saw you at Hillsdale College in November of 2016.
Oh, yeah, that's
you
right.
Spoke
I
in
gave
person.
that speech at Hillsdale College. Yeah,
I didn't meet you at that time. I had to leave early.
That's right, yes.
Yeah, so the mystery kept on going.
But that was when you saw me in the flesh.
I know. Oh, I remember, though, you kind of like mouthed the word hi. You were walking with your briefcase, like that dark brown one that you always wear, and you were like, and I was like, hi.
Oh, gosh, wow.
I know. My ex was with me, too. He was going crazy. We were all like going crazy over you. That's the thing about you is like you turn straight guys gay. Like men and women, they love you. I'm serious.
I have turned a few straight guys gay.
Yes. I have never seen men's mouths water so much around another man.
Oh, God. I don't know what to say about that. I don't know how I can build on that. Oh, my God. All right. So let's how about a little 2016 lore? Yeah.
I have been dreaming of this moment for way too long.
What Kat did, which she shouldn't have done, was spoke for somebody that never asked them to. I felt like someone had slapped me across my face.
Daniel. It is the day the earth stood still. And it all started with these high school kids in Jacksonville, Florida, who were looking for a fun way to kill time in between classes.
Everyone seems to miss the year 2016, but why?
2016 lore. You might have heard of the significance of 2016. King Kylie era, one may say. For those of you that didn't get a chance to experience it firsthand, but you kept seeing 2016 aesthetic, or 2016 makeup, or it's giving 2016 all across your social media, I'm gonna guess your curiosity about 2016 went a little something like this. Correct me if I'm wrong. You see that 2016 makeup is trending on TikTok. So you're like, what's so great about 2016? You read through 25,000 comments of people mainly saying, oh, you had to be there. The younger generation will never understand 2016 lore. So you go into a search bar and you type 2016. Maybe you see one Tumblr photo that an 11-year-old made, or a picture of Madison Beer with a VSCO filter. So you go to Pinterest and type 2016. Why are all of these photos literally from last year? So your last resort is to Google 2016 aesthetic. Yeah. Maybe you see somebody in space buns and some pink-toned Instagram photos of LA, and you see, this frustrates me to my core. Because 2016 was a really culturally significant year for pop culture. This was the year that basically an entire nation, almost a whole globe, was controlled by one person, Kylie Jenner. You thought I was going to say something else that happened in 2016. This isn't that kind of channel. I don't really want to offend a bunch of people right away. But I got into this deep dive about 2016, and I really just wanted to find one video that I could connect with. You know, that would answer all of my questions, that would describe the 2016 lore, a deep dive, if you will. I wanted to feel nostalgic. I wanted to feel like a kid again, making my Musicallys, watching my Vines.
Yeah, Musically used to be TikTok.
Like a boxer.
That's what it used to be called. Musical.ly.
TikTok didn't exist in 2016.
It was
And
Musically.
what I found was that the video that I was looking for literally did not exist. Well, okay, maybe it does. To be honest, I don't really know. I only looked for like 2 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
Short attention span. So today,
Oh dear.
literally just came out.
Like,
And
I
when they
can't
came
even
out, they
connect
only
with
had
this
like
girl.
5 or
She's,
6
like, so
filters,
young.
But Kylie had a followers only
Yeah,
story.
well, for them, I mean, we kind of live in different worlds,
Yeah,
right? Because
like she's even a little too far out from where we are.
But that's the thing, is that the kids are having their very first set of nostalgia. So for them, you know, when I was 2016, I was 35 years old and running for president of the United States.
Right.
So I'm living in this completely different, the 2016 lore.
And for them, they were like a teenager in high school.
Yes, 2016. But for those of you who might have forgotten, we did have in 2016, we did have this.
Businessman Donald Trump.
Oh, wow.
For Donald Trump, the first Republican debate was either a great victory.
I want to run as the Republican nominee.
Or a big defeat.
At don't think they like me very much.
There's no denying Trump was the star attraction, and leave it to the billionaire to lead it off with a chorus of boos.
Who is unwilling tonight to pledge your support to the eventual nominee of the Republican Party and pledge to not run an independent campaign against that person. Mr. Trump.
And he
I
won
cannot
anyway.
say I have to respect the person that, if it's not me, the person that wins. If I do win and I'm leading by quite a bit, that's what I want to do. I can totally make that pledge. If I'm the nominee, I will pledge I will not run as an independent.
Our Stephen Fabian was in Cleveland for the big debate.
He was the only one that had
Trump
the balls
was center
to say
stage
that.
and he took on a lot of topics, but when he was questioned about the war on women, guess whose name came up?
You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. Your Twitter account.
Only Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh my
The problem
gosh.
this country has is being politically correct. I've been challenged by so many people, and I don't frankly have time for total political
Wow, he
correctness.
owns the
And
Miss
honestly,
Universe
Megan, if
and
you
all the
don't like it,
pageants.
I'm sorry. I've been very nice to you, although I could probably maybe not be based on the way you have treated me, but I wouldn't do that.
Rosie O'Donnell responded with this tweet. Try explaining that to your kids. Later, Trump was challenged for donating money to the Clinton Foundation.
I give to everybody. When they call, I give. With Hillary Clinton, I said, be at my wedding, and she came to my wedding. You know why? She had no choice because I gave.
It's true. The Clintons did attend Trump's wedding in 2005.
Oh my gosh.
After the debate, Trump was confident he had won.
And that I supposedly, according to what everyone's telling me, I won the debate, according to what they've, the call-ins and everything. But the questions to me were not nice. I didn't think they were appropriate.
Reaction is split.
Wow.
A Time
He
magazine
was the
online
boss
poll
man.
declared Trump the runaway winner with 47%. Dr. Ben Carson and Marco Rubio came in tied for second at 11%. And this from the Drudge Report headline, Trump dominates debate. Others thought Trump was, to use one of his favorite words, the loser.
I understand why Donald Trump's upset
Yeah,
with Rand.
Rand's
Put him on the
he was
defensive from the
also in
very
it.
beginning, but I think it's going to hurt him.
The real story is the collapse of Trump in this debate.
Jeb Bush denied a published report that he had called Trump a buffoon, a clown, and a word we can't even say on TV.
None of which is true.
Is it true?
No, it's not true. But I have said that Mr. Trump's language is divisive.
I mean, he's a true gentleman. He really is. The one thing he did say about, and I mean that, the one thing he did say about me, however, was my tone, and I also understand that.
And Chris Christie captured attention when he attacked Rand Paul, claiming his opponent's proposals will make it harder to track down terrorists.
Listen, Senator, when you're sitting in a subcommittee just blowing hot air about this, you can say things like that.
It's over.
That's it.
Yeah, that was it.
Wow.
And Donald Trump became the president of the United States.
I don't know about everybody else, but it's like, it is hard for me to remember all the things that have happened even 10 years ago, even 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so much goes on every single day. It's hard to place my memory back there. But when I see these videos, I'm like, oh yeah, that was that.
Yeah.
Okay.
J.D. Vance, he was quite a different person in 2016 until today.
That was
J.D. Vance, former President Trump's VP pick, once called him a moral disaster and, quote, possibly America's Hitler. Here's a flashback to 2016 on how he felt about Trump then.
I don't know who I'm going to vote for. I'm definitely not going to vote for Trump because I think that he's projecting very complex problems on simple villains.
Fast forward to 2024.
I don't hide from that. I was certainly skeptical of Donald Trump
And,
in 2016.
audio is
President
cut.
Trump was a great president. and
What
he changed
audio?
my mind.
Oh,
I
there
think he
was
changed the
audio,
minds
but
of
it's
a lot
gone
of
now.
Americans.
I can hear it.
You can?
Uh-huh. Must be coming out of some other speaker. Wow, isn't that
That's
something?
weird. I lost my audio.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Oh.
you, but for some reason I can't hear the audio in the,
Wow.
in the PC. So,
Yeah.
wow.
Trump is, he's a very confident man.
Yeah.
That right there you can tell because he owns up to the criticisms and he's like, I can see that. And then even if somebody comes out saying they don't like him, he's still like, here, let's work together. He just doesn't even care what people think about him. And I think that's the ultimate win. In 2016, I was also an anti-Trumper. I was mad at anybody who voted for Trump who was a libertarian.
I remember when like libertarians were mad at me for running for president because Rand was running, but it was I was supporting Rand, but when I saw that he was starting to flounder, that's when I launched my campaign. And then I remember I was in New York City doing John Stossel's show the day that Rand dropped out, and I made this video.
Hello, everyone. I'm presidential candidate Austin Peterson for the Libertarian Party. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming and listening to my live streams today. Today, specifically, my message is to Senator Rand Paul and to his supporters. I just heard the news from the AP that Senator Rand Paul has decided to end his campaign for the nomination of the Republican Party. And I'd just like to say, first of all, thank you very much, Senator Paul, for doing the due diligence to fight the good fight for libertarian principles in the Republican Party. You know, in 2007, I started my campaign to take over the government and leave everyone alone because I was inspired by a country doctor, your father, Dr. Ron Paul, who cured my apathy about politics. And here I am in New York City right now, which is an interesting place for me to be because this is where I started my political journey. I was a volunteer for Dr. Ron Paul. And we started a group with 12 people in downtown Manhattan that eventually ballooned to the size of 1,200 people because Dr. Ron Paul was so inspiring that he inspired an entire movement of people, even here in liberal New York City. And we raised over $1 million for his campaign and inspired many others to join us in Dr. Paul's campaign in 2008. Then as Dr. Paul's campaign and youth movement grew, the movement grew and became more professional. I moved on to work in Washington, D.C. for the Libertarian Party, and then I went on to the Atlas Economic Research Foundation. After that, Dr. Paul, I went on to work for Fox Business, where I became a producer for Judge Andrew Napolitano, and you and I met several times as I worked very hard to help you spread your message so that you could win your Senate seat. Now, we know each other on a first-name basis, and I know that you know that my desire for libertarianism to come to the United States is sincere. And I just want to say thank you very much for fighting this good fight, and I think that you've done a good job in trying to bring people to libertarian principles, but it's very difficult in the Republican Party. And as you can tell, the base of the Republican Party is not very libertarian. That's why we see the rise of people like Donald Trump. And although I do like Senator Cruz on many good things, he's not a libertarian and many others. And I think that in 2016, it's very important that the revolution that go to Austin Peterson 2016.
Yeah, it goes on and on and on. I won't go over the whole 6-minute video.
Oh
but,
my gosh!
There we
look
go.
At you.
There's our 2016 nostalgia.
It changed my life. Absolutely, I wouldn't be married to you if you hadn't done that.
Yeah.
I never would have found you.
Yeah, and now here I am, a Republican. You know, this was the first video that I made. I think the campaign announcement that I made in 2016.
Hello, America. I'm Austin Peterson, and I'm seeking the nomination of the Libertarian Party for President of the United States. The promise of the American dream is freedom. Our forefathers brought forth onto this continent a new nation conceived in liberty, and I'm dedicated to the proposition that all men and women should be treated equally under the law. I have always believed in economic freedom and personal liberty. I'm the son of hardworking Missouri landscapers. I was born in Independence and raised on a horse farm in Peculiar, Missouri. My summers growing up were spent in the fields and on job sites working alongside my father, who was a Green Beret in the Army's Special Forces. He taught me love of country, independence, and self-reliance. While growing up on the farm, I learned how to ride a horse, bale hay, drive a tractor, and how to use and respect a gun. My father taught me that the Second Amendment guarantees all the others. My journey into coming into your consideration for president has been the result of over a decade of civic activism, grassroots coordination, and public education. Fox News' senior judicial analyst, Judge Andrew Napolitano, once referred to me as the right side of his brain. For the last decade, I've labored behind the scenes, advancing the agenda of libertarian causes from big to small. As the Libertarian Party's volunteer coordinator in 2008, I increased volunteer activity far above and beyond any of my predecessors. I also created the LP's internship program, launching the careers of several other young libertarian professionals. I also pioneered the use of media at LP headquarters. I believe that the problem with libertarianism is not that our ideas are incorrect, but that they are being marketed incorrectly. As a third party, we may not have the money to be able to buy expensive Madison Avenue quality ad spots, but through the power of new media, we can use our creativity to create content that can win the hearts and minds of the American people. I hope that you'll join me in my campaign to take over the government and leave everyone alone. To learn more about our campaign, please visit Austin Peterson.
There we go, 2016.
So filled with hope. But the things you're saying are still true today.
Yeah. It's a shame that the libertarians didn't listen. Womp womp.
But look at you. You're still here.
Yeah.
You're still using media
I'm
to
still,
reach out.
Still fighting for the same ideas. You know, I've changed a little bit. I've changed certain approaches. You know, I'm a Republican now, and I'm quite proud of that. And certain issues here and there that I've changed on, you know, I've matured. I've grown up.
Yeah.
I've started to.
I think we all have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to be this like I was almost in like a dream world, you know, in the political world where like my head was in the clouds and I really did not see reality. I was just all like, yay, libertarians and doggies and cotton candy. But now I'm like down here in reality and I'm like, a lot of that stuff doesn't work.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I definitely look at the world a little differently than I did. I think that in 2016, I was also interviewed by Nick Fuentes as well.
Oh my gosh. Crazy. Was he like as extreme as he is now?
No.
Really?
He was kind of normal.
Oh my gosh. Nick Fuentes, he looks like he's in his 20s. It's like, how old was he when he interviewed you? You know, was he a teenager?
Yeah, he always like perpetually looks as if he's like 12 years old for sure.
He does. I was actually looking in the mirror this morning and I was thinking that myself. I was like, this generation, you know, our generation, we don't age as quickly as the generations after us. And I was trying to figure out like, why is that? Why do we look so much younger?
Because we don't smoke and drink as much, and we don't. Yeah, we do still drink, but we also like we take care of ourselves, right? As a matter of fact, like the generation that is like a decade younger than us, they actually look older than us.
They do.
Yeah, because of they say because of all the vaping and other
oh
like
my
vices
gosh, those
and things
kids,
like that.
yes, in the newer generation, they are vaping constantly, and they have these like really like fun vapes. You know, they're all colorized. They've got lights coming out of them. I mean, they look like toys ultimately. So, yeah, I guess we are the special generation where we are just timeless, ageless.
Yep, we're on our way to unlocking the bonus content this morning, everybody. $33 raised towards today bonus content. We're grateful for that. Today's a great day. If it's payday, to head over to forlibertyshop.com and do a little shopping. Stephanie, I know you
gotta get ready for Valentine's Day. So Austin actually, he bought me like an early or a late Christmas gift, early Valentine gift.
Are you assuming that these people have girlfriends or wives, Stephanie?
Well, if you want to get one, you better buy these things. You can buy it for your mother. You can buy it for your sister, your daughter.
What do we have for them?
So this is a 1776 stainless steel cuff bracelet, and it is actually part of my jewelry Constitution Liberty bundle. And so I actually made that necklace and I made that cuff bracelet there on your screen. We the People earrings I did not make, but... so you can buy all three of these in one bundle. This is like the perfect jewelry package for anybody for Valentine's Day, birthday, anything. I mean, who would not want that? If you're a libertarian woman, a woman who loves the Constitution, I mean, like, this is the coolest thing ever. You will not find this at Kohl's. You will not find this at Tiffany's.
You can only get that at forlibertyshop.com. Steffi's Liberty Jewelry Bundle.
And it's under $100. It's the perfect price point so you don't overspend, but yet you wow your woman at the same time. It's not just like a generic necklace, you know, that has a teddy bear on it or something. Like, this actually has meaning to it.
There you go, guys. Help us to unlock that bonus content so you can watch our mini documentary we have for you. Once we hit $100, that'll hit that unlock, and we'll be very grateful for it. We've been talking this morning a little bit about our 2016 nostalgia. Justin Peterson is going to join us live in 10 minutes.
Oh my gosh, we've already gotten through the first hour.
Yes,
That's crazy.
just an FYI, though, Justin is going to be behind the paywall. So if you don't have that little red castle next to your name, then it's time for us to gift some subscriptions. Thank you, JJ4884. For,
JJ.
He says, grow a legit beard, AP.
What?
I'm not like you, man. You've got all that beautiful facial hair, JJ.
So you've had facial hair over the years,
have,
like
but
in
it's-
2019.
It just makes me look like an old, nasty old man. You know what I mean? I hate it. You know, I like looking like a handsome, beautiful young man. You know what I mean?
I have sensitive skin, and I know Hazel has sensitive skin. So it's like for the sake of us and our skin, you know, it definitely helps us.
Yes, I'll always be chasing that high from how I looked when I was 2016.
So now that the so-called free market has decided that arming teachers is a bad idea, will the NRA and the gun manufacturers they represent follow its lead? Let's ask Austin Peterson, Chief Executive for Stonegate LLC and editor of the LibertarianRepublic.com. Austin, welcome back. So, armed third grade teachers?
Well, you know, right, only cops can have guns.
Was that Russian today?
You know, why in the world do we have these central economic planners telling us exactly how much we can make interest-wise on our money market accounts? You're cheating the people who are saving money, and you're bailing out Wall Street with these interest rates. It's just absolutely ludicrous. This is the economics of disaster, and it's really sowing the seeds for another financial crisis, such as the one that we had in 2008.
Austin, what do you hate about hungry children?
Well, Tom, it's easy to be compassionate when someone else is picking up the tab, but
I'm picking up the tab.
Yeah, well, but I think it was Mark Twain that said that a full belly is little worth where the mind is starved. Tom, so the poor have gotten better off in the United States after all because of free market capitalism, sir, and you are ignoring that, and you are causing the poverty that you claim to be against, and you say it's deregulation, sir, but it is the regulation of these corporations that they
my.
Well,
this makes no sense. It's stupid.
Okay, well, I would just have to fall back on Jefferson when he said that I would rather be exposed to the inconveniences of too much liberty than of too little.
This has nothing to do with liberty. It has to do with firearms. It has to do with lead.
Let's shift gears now to somebody who nobody has ever heard of. Liberty Champion, because anybody can write for the Examiner. Liberty Champion Peterson says conspiracy theories hurt movement. And he goes on to act like, this has got to be some PR piece written for him. He goes on to act like this Justin Bieber lookalike
Leaf Bieberson
has a show on Fox. This was written today. Listen, Leaf Champion, I think that's his new name. Listen, champion that no one ever heard of, who did nothing.
A low-wage economy is much better than a no-wage economy, and what happens is when you're trying to raise the minimum wage across the board, you're hurting the people who are unemployed, who are unskilled, who are unable to get jobs. If you really want to limit the power of corporations, introduce capitalism and free markets, because then they'll have competition. That's how you'll create a middle class.
Like they did in Estonia.
Right after the fall of the Soviet Union, absolutely.
Yes. Okay. One country.
They're building a 300-mile-per-hour magnetic levitating train right now. They're going to blow away China and the United States. And it's totally privatized. That's what Japan did.
I guarantee you that is not totally.
That's what we wrote on?
The Japan National Railways were privatized in 1987. They were able to pay back their construction debt and make capital improvements, Tom, listen, to their networks. They reversed their stagnation and decline that the Japanese National Railways
You saw the same thing with Deutsche Bahn.
Oh my gosh, look at you. You're so cute.
I'm still that man.
You are.
Damn right. I'm still fighting for liberty.
Gosh, you're really getting me this morning.
I'm going to have to take care of some business after the show this morning. Here's the deal, guys. If you want to keep me in the fight for liberty, we got to unlock the bonus content today. And people like Laissez-faire Bra are doing it. And I hate to ask, but I've got to ask. Support the Wake Up America show today, guys. If today's payday and you've got a little extra scratch, drop it as a Rumble rant. If you're not a 1776 Peterson's Patriot, become one today. Or head over to forlibertyshop.com and buy some Founding Flavors coffee to keep Austin Peterson in the fight. You want to see that Austin Peterson again? Well, let's do it. Let's build this libertarian nationalism. Let's bring Javier Mileiism to the United States. My brother Justin Peterson is going to join us live in less than 5 minutes. Here's the news story, guys. Justin will be behind a paywall. So if you do not have the little castle next to your name, we're going to lose you guys. I don't want you to go away, but I want you to stay, but I'm going to put it behind a paywall during the commercial break. And we shouldn't be watching commercials anyway, right? We should be unlocking the bonus content. Let's do it, guys. Somebody step in and let's blow it out of the water.
Yeah, we've got a lot of great things at the shop.
We do. Head over to forlibertyshop.com, unlock that bonus content during the commercial break. If you do manage to do it, I will play the bonus content before Justin comes up here, but we will be behind the paywall. So get that little red castle next to your name by buying a sub or gifting a sub. We'll be back. It's the Wake Up America show on the For Liberty Network.
Oh, I'll have to put the bundle link
George
because
Washington
no one can
back to life. Just to explain that in 2025, men can get pregnant, waving an American flag might offend someone, and our government is $34 trillion in debt. But that's not all, George. We have drag queen story hour for toddlers. Pronouns are mandatory. And Harvard can't define woman. Oh. And we send billions to Ukraine but can't fix potholes in Ohio. You know, just normal modern empire stuff. I'm sure he'd be totally cool with it. Right after he finishes reloading. He didn't cross the Delaware for this nonsense, but you can carry on the fight with gear that would have made King George cry. Shop bold, shop free, shop forlibertyshop.com. Legend has it, back in 1773, a band of angry, overtaxed patriots stormed a British ship, found the king's favorite tea, and said, "This would taste better without the tyranny." Then they tossed it overboard. Fast forward to today. That revolutionary spirit lives on in Boston Harbor Black, the boldest brew in the For Liberty tea lineup. It's dark, it's smooth, it's unapologetically American, just like the folks who drink it. Whether you're sweetening it up on the front porch or drinking it straight like a Minuteman before battle, this isn't tea for royalty, it's tea for rebels. No fake flavors, no corporate slogans, just a cold glass of Don't Tread on Me in liquid form. So skip the woke iced tea aisle and stock up on Boston Harbor Black at forlibertyshop.com. Because when the heat's rising, the least you can do is drink like a patriot. Imagine bringing George Washington back to life. Picture this. It's 1776. Thomas Jefferson is hunched over his desk.